Nothing less than tens for the speakers. You'll hear us before you see us with beats that beat the streets up. Yeah. So try and keep up and keep it low key, cuz police try and treat us and keep us on a leash, cuz that's how they see us, thinking we nuts. Cuz we'll die for the ground beneath us, because this land made us. This land made of players that stay on paper. That's how we came up amongst the mayhem to the day when we display what we made of. The game could never change us. The West Side teaches on these streets where you find that D before G. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted. Let me know what y'all on, cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Smell the grind in the air, take a whiff. Only the nose knows the aroma. Compose the money rolls that fold up, holding cold cups. Searching for those that got the purple O's for the $4. And we could go nuts and stay at the stove like gross us, and post up with O's on the table like coasters. That's how the game coached us, made us all in the soldiers. Now that dough is the focus, so know that we own this. Molded by the hood role models, riding good, the latest model, drinking good, raising bottles like we just missed a pothole. You got to know that it's impossible to stop our flow. We've seen it all from watching cops reload 30s a dro while drinking the night away until the block got slow. You'll know as soon as you see us, we the ones laid back in the cut. My demeanor seems to always give me up. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted. Let me know what y'all on, cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Yeah, home of the survivor, survival of the fittest in the town. It's wicked, you can J down in a minute. What am? What's the business? The biz is how you down and get it. From Cape Town, the fifth city that sounds the fifth's empty. When we tipsy, it's risky. Where the lick be, at least 10 deep. It tempts me, but there's no mystery. Where the chips be, the tips G. Just our history from the 60s. Pimpin' ain't easy, but we bleed it. This here game is in our veins, in the air we breathe in. Believe this, it's no game, but the key is your mouthpiece, spit your game. But believe, turn nothing into something. We suffer without supper long enough. Struggling from summer to summer, the same place where the dope is sold. It's home to the Oprah show, the same place I know is home. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted. Let me know what y'all on, cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into
just some niggas throwing gang signs and hollows where I'm from. They pop pills, sip lean, and bless bottles where I'm from. If you still ain't figured it out, nigga, Chicago where I'm from. Home of some of the most notable women and men to exist, but the only stars niggas on their heads, the fin and the six. Most of us settle, however some intend to get rich. We lose homies and hit the internet to pretend that they miss. We spend link at the corner store, and motherfucker ain't gotta be enlisted in no army or Marine Corps to be going to war. It's gun smoke in the air, and it's blood stains on the floor. We all born poor, but yet and still we feel we born to soar. The beautiful struggle, bodies left blood oozing in puddles. We love to hate like a poisonous dart from Cupid then struck you. Shit, you stupid as fuck if you let the stupid instruct you. Should be using your muscle to build a lucrative hustle. Crabs in a bucket, so in one make it feel like we all did. From the county to Stateville, long stretches and small biz. The clucks chasing they last high. The shorties throw up middle fingers when the low pass by. They ask why we live this way. You couldn't overstand it unless you had to. Faggot police harass you. So-called homies will blast you. A message to out of towners written in blood. Don't take your dumb ass to the hood if you ain't plug.
Spit with the curse of Capone. You gotta live with all the words you condone. Then it's on. They'll kill you dead, then bring the hearse to your home. Back in my shorty days, niggas would put a 40 to your sporting waves. Nowadays, these niggas stuck on phones. How was nice, I used to play for the Dome. Philly been killing. But when you ball, get you a gun and be like Ben Wilson, the pin drilling. Fuck how out of towners view the shot. I'm out west where every conflict crucial is do or die. If it's war, it's gonna be to the death. It's you or I. I come at peace, but if you touch my body, that's suicide. And my bloodline is niggas that'll kill and move a pie. I got a QP and sold it to my mans at U of I. My pop told me, just get through high school, then you decide. In the shy, it's the six to the fan. Choose a side, move and slide. The city don't wanna see you with shit. From politicians to the preachers, hard to see who legit. Sell some seed for you to see green and piece you to fit. It's I am God and the God green who's seeing this shit. Let's go. If you think it's love here, then pump your brakes. This the wild onion, that dark ass city that love to hate.
Okay,
let's go.
let's show off. I'm from a land where the texts go off. Them gang signs thrown and the heads broke off. We hate you niggas, cause we gave birth to you ungrateful niggas. So in the 6 feet of earth, it's where we place you niggas. It's barely a secret. We move shit, telekinesis, and box niggas like Chevy Caprices. My stress is post-traumatic. All I see is murders and massacres, cancer patients and catheters, fake narrators and savages, no horse and carriages. This funeral's wakes, so stay alive, stay out the way of the unusual snakes. A beautiful place, Chi-Town's the greatest. That's why they hate us. But listen, nigga, do me this favor. Do me no favors, we major. League grounds open, a few rounds smoking. I'm Chicago, it's grilled onions on that U-Town Polish. Ain't no catching up. Be a winner and stack okra. This Chicago, nigga, the inventors of black culture, motherfucker.
This is a traffic jam, traffic jam.
They might listen to radio, they might turn on TV, they might listen to music. Old school, new school, rap, hip hop, whatever it is, it has a beat and a cadence, and you can pick it up on radio waves, TV waves, whatever you want. You get to pick up this sound, and you got it.
Tell me this ain't rap, yeah. This ain't rap, just discussing the facts. True that, check it, look, this ain't rap, just discussing the facts. Too many of us down where the fuck I'm at. Niggas so far gone that they can't come back. Got cut with buck 50s or bust from the gap. Just another body done on the map. Just another statistic, just another stat. Just another color, just another black, just another brother under. Understand that? Nah, not really, but it seems I'm being forced. Growing up in the G, seen it from the front porch. Haters being scorched, peeps reaching for the torch. Next day we being caught like a child needs support. Can I get away, midway airport? Days like this, wish I was in the Air Force. How dare beat the devil, can't dare be cold. Don't need to write it down, just share me thoughts. This ain't rap. No, this ain't rap. No, this ain't rap. Just discussing the facts. Too many of us down where the fuck I'm at. This ain't rap. No, this ain't rap. No, this ain't rap. Just discussing the facts. Look, check it. This ain't rap. Just kicking the actuals. Revolutionized rebel, I'm a radical. Before you, after you. BC, AC attitude. Do what I wanna do after what I had to do. Cops telling me to freeze cause they ain't half as cool. Man, this is a weapon, you don't have to blast the tool. Shorties lack knowledge, they at bad schools. Ain't have a penny for they thoughts, had bad food. Saying no to drugs as if it's from Baton Rouge. Yet I smoke good, stay out of bad moods. Hopefully the good does outweigh the bad news. Don't shoot the messenger, return the sender. God SOP. Yeah. Still facts though. Real black though.
You think you're listening to one thing. And then under a track so deep, especially if you have melanin, because they know it's very sensitive to vibrations of all kinds, they'll put in a counter melody or something that you don't want to hear. And while you're tuned to that you think you are hearing, because it's on a frequency with this what they call the subatomic brain, or what I call the inner brain, the mind brain, it's appealing to it. Now that's really tricky.
This is it. One. The red letter edition. Big Luda. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. Before I finish breathing, I'm moving the masses like minister speeches, penning classics as I finish my thesis. Not a pastor or a preacher, my passion is deeper. Rapper / teacher, trying to master the teachings past the sinister streets and moving bags past the police is speeding fast in the evening. The truth is it's all about eating, but I'm feeding food for thought for those either fasting or feasting. Putting faith in my beliefs when I'm speaking. Looking straight till I'm decent at peace with no fear, believing it's real. I tell them it's heaven, but it's hard when you talking to niggas with no ears. From clouds of chronic coughing and sessions off, walking and stressing, straight lost in the essence. I pause for a second with my thoughts and reflections. I take my losses as lessons, but it's all just a blessing, and that's the mess. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me. In an instant, friendship seeing quick in the music business. It used to be just music, now it's just business. The relentless pursuit for loot, dividends and interest, hidden agendas, leaving you defenseless against them. Not to mention intentions to benefit from you penning authentic sentences. Shit for the spinach, niggas that did it. Listen, while you scribbling, picturing images of living on premises, surrounded by fences and different women in silky linens, bending and grinning, intended rentals, you slipping, cause these Vicks is out, tricking your chips in. The game's cutthroat, rules was laid back in the day before rappers got paid by sponsors that slung dope. And shit ain't really changed beside the amount of change the game. Famous names so these lames can front, so I change the game. See my future through the blunt smoke so high, looking at my future through the blunt smoke. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, I'm invincible, guarded by two identical, invisible guardian angels that guard every angle of my physical frame. Spiritual miniature ministers whispering, keeping me on the top of my game. Lessons to gain, pleasure and pain. Like my eyes, they reside on the left and right side of my brain. Quietly praying, navigating my aspirations, passing calculated statements while I'm grabbing my flame. Wasting in the basement, pacing, placing words on pages, blazing my merch to the face. I'm blowing life in the air. I sold my soul to the Lord for a price of a prayer. Yeah, so my nights can be clear when I sit still, writing his will in his likeness, like him. Cause I'm knowing he'll save me. He told me to spit and don't let the devil take the gifts that he gave me. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me.
I'm Lillard, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
Hey, this is Jason Kidd, and we're rocking with the Bigs.
I'm Chris Bryant from the Chicago Cubs, and I'm rocking with the Bigs.
This is Mark Cuban,
WIIFTBP.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin.
Let's begin now.
everybody. We are live from the West In It for the Black People Media Studios, and it is officially time to jump back down on the soil and rock with the bigs, man. I'm your man T-Time coming to you as usual with my brother, Eugene McIntosh. Was good.
What's the Benoski, man? I'm over here trying to get these logistics right, man, so bear with me, y'all.
Absolutely. Now, I'm feeling good today on this beautiful Friday afternoon, Gino. You said when we were walking in today, it's a beautiful day for baseball. It's a beautiful day for a lot of things. But, yes, I will be taking in a baseball game, 2 of them later on today, man. The doubleheader on the south side, the major league best.
A 2-piece spicy. Your ass going to be there till midnight.
We shall see. We shall see. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Of course, I'll be doing my thing post-game. With Diamond Talk Live. Hopefully y'all can tune in and rock with me and talk some White Sox baseball.
Man, shout out to everybody that's been tuning in, man. The comment section been lit, man.
Yes, I've appreciated it, man. It's always good to take in a good game and have a conversation about it with knowledgeable fans afterwards. So I appreciate everybody that's tuned in the last few days.
Man, they've been blowing me up for the last 2 years, talking about, man, y'all, you always talking Cubs. Why you don't talk White Sox? I'm like, bro, because I cover the Cubs. My partner covers the White Sox. How about y'all get in tune with him?
You see, that's why I've been going live from your page.
It's like, man, stop hitting me up, Joe. Like, it's clear if y'all pay attention that we got both sides of town covered, Joe.
It's because around this time on Facebook, you get all the memories from 4 or 5 years ago, and it's all me in the dugout at White Sox games when we could do that. But now, live from the press box, I will be. From the Bigs pages, man, we'll let y'all know where we'll be a little bit later on in the show. But Gino, man, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Man, it's all good, man. Happy to be here. Happy Friday to everybody out there. Mary Q in the building. What up, Mary?
Yes.
Say what up to the people on the soil, Mary. Say what up.
Yeah, lean over in the mic.
Damn.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you, man. Ron Rilla, what up, Joe?
What's the word, Biggs?
Yes, sir.
They doing all the hard work behind the boards, man. We just over here chilling, doing us like we usually do.
Absolutely, Gino.
I got the apple going, man. Y'all bear with me, man. I got to finish the apple up.
It's an apple a day, they say, right?
So they say.
But no, Gino. Got a few things to talk about, man. Definitely the White Sox. I don't know if did you catch any of the Bulls game yesterday?
No.
Yeah. Is that time.
To beat the Toronto Raptors that didn't have a single player playing?
But to stay alive. Yeah, I mean,
they're mathematically alive. They're dead tomorrow.
They're mathematically alive. I thought they was going to be
they're
cut off a couple of days ago.
Yeah, they still are.
We'll see. Because
my bad.
If the Wizards
are not going to lose both games, and the Bulls are not going to beat Brooklyn or Milwaukee, because both of those teams are still fighting.
And then my heart sinks.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real. It's Bulls or nothing.
As soon as you say Brooklyn, Milwaukee, my heart goes.
They play Brooklyn tomorrow and Milwaukee Sunday. Sorry, Bulls fans, but we're cooked. And the Bulls no team with 30 wins and 40 losses deserves to be in the playoffs.
Yes.
They did demonstrate on Toronto like they should have yesterday. Nobody played for the Raptors because they're not playing for anything. So, but yeah, man, shout out to the Bulls. They had 26 wins last year, 22 wins last year.
In a shortened season because of the bubble and the pandemic. Yes.
So they got 30 wins this year. It's a little bit better. I'm still not sold all the way, but baby steps, man. We taking baby steps, so I'm with that.
They're moving in the right direction. The good thing is that they didn't take a step backwards, which I feel like they were continuously doing leading up to this year. This is the first time in a while you can say that. So, like you said, you take a baby step. You look at what they have, Gino, and I feel like once the season is over, we can have a more thorough conversation about what's going on with the Bulls and how they can improve, because I feel like the real season starts in the off season for the Bulls, man. I feel like it should be a very active summer for those guys, and I feel like if you saw the trade deadline, you gotta feel like it's going to be an active summer. So I like what AK has done. I'm not one of the guys that hated the trade, but I am wondering if the powers that be are, if those lottery balls. If the Bulls can find their way into a top 4 pick.
Is it D Rose luck time again?
It's about time, man. It would have been a little bit too fishy after the last dance, 100%. You're like, look, just take the 4th one this year. next year.
We might could slip
3-2-1.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So hopefully that's the case because I feel like there's a lot of talent out there at the top of that draft. And I feel like it was genius of AK to make sure that that top 4 in this draft was still available. So I feel like I would love if the Bulls, ended up with a top 4 pick, but still, Gino, and I know this is kind of where we defer, but I feel like Zach LaVine is kind of turning it up on the recruiting tip. You know what I mean? I think that
you think Zach is out here recruiting?
I think Zach is out here about to get heavy under the recruiting act. And honestly, I'm excited for it because I feel like he's one of those guys that does have the relationships with the people that, that he's been hooping with his whole life. You know what I mean? A Karl Anthony Towns, a Bradley Beal. What if the Bulls come away with two of those guys? You know what I mean? And get to start the season with those two added with Zach and Vooch.
Is that mathematically possible though?
I mean, stranger things have happened. I mean, Zach couldn't take a max, I don't think. And,
well, then they ain't coming.
But see, now, the last report I saw, and I wish I can tell you who was the source, but they said Zach would consider not taking a max just so other people can come play.
Hey, man, y'all.
He's already a fringe max player anyway.
I'm not. Didn't y'all learn?
Take a few less dollars and go get the glory,
Learn from
man.
Tariq Cohen, man.
Learn from Reek.
Didn't he take less dollars so Allen Robinson or somebody they could? No, I'm not taking less bread.
Now he gets to
what?
Now he's about to ball. I mean, at first it's Andy Dalton, but still. You know what I mean? In the term of basketball, G, LeBron did it.
That's LeBron.
D-Wade did it his whole entire career.
Them guys make $500 million.
But I'm just saying, better players have done it. I wouldn't be surprised if Zach did it.
I'm not taking less bread for nobody else, bro. Y'all find a way to get Buddy and them over here. Don't count my pockets trying to get some other guys over here. Because like you just said, stranger things have happened. Make it happen, man. Don't count my pockets. Don't try to get me to short my pockets.
Jerry Reinsdorf team in the scheme of it. It's gonna have to be some Lego blocks to put together this.
Vooch,
it ain't gonna be.
Vooch, how about you short your pockets then?
I don't know. That's AK's guy. You know what I mean? Did you see that video?
No.
I think the Bulls posted it, but it was a post game and AK was waiting for everybody. Coming off the court, he shook up with everybody. And right before Larry, it was Vooch. And AK completely just cut off the line of handshakes and put his arm around Vooch and left Larry just trailing behind. I'm like, yeah, I like this guy.
Hey, Larry, you see this?
Larry, so you can see his shoulders kind of get a little lower. And it's like, he felt that one in the heart. You know what I mean? So, honestly, I like if AK got some hearts to cut out, go ahead and do it. It's still some huff on his lineup that I think AK can't wait to cut. And honestly, the situation with Zach, I bet you it's going to be a hot topic all summer. We'll see how quickly they move on a contract with Zach and if they plan on maneuvering, doing some chess and not checkers action.
Hey, Zach. I know you on the soil with the brothers, man, before y'all hit the road to Brooklyn tonight. But listen to your boy, Joe. Don't take less money, man. That's all I got to say.
Now, what's less money?
Whatever. I need all I can get, bro. I need it all, man.
See, now I feel like it's like, all right, Zach, you can't have it all. Yeah,
okay, well then.
You want the max?
Yeah.
Go get the max. But what's going to be the shorter end of the stick on that spectrum? Wins?
What, man?
I'm just saying that's just the reality of it. Look at the Melo case.
I'm with Melo. Let me get my 30 mil versus my 19 mil and having a chance to maybe win with some other guys.
I'm not saying don't get your money, but I'm saying in this particular case, and I feel like the Bulls want him. You know what I mean? The Bulls want him, and
Zach.
I feel like Zach would like to be on the Bulls. I don't
agree.
think Zach would be opposed to entertaining other teams. He's been on 3 teams?
And it's
2 teams already.
Minnesota. He came from Minnesota right?
to Chicago. Yep.
And as huff as the Bulls have been since the departure of Mike and the guys, I mean, besides those couple years with D Rose, well, we thought we had a chance at the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, we did, but, it didn't happen. But other than that, the Bulls have been one of the worst franchises in all of basketball. So, with that being said, I still think, it is a fact.
And that's why I'm like being stingy with the bread. I'm like, gee, this has been a losing team.
But I was just back to say Chicago is, as far as Zach wanting to play here, it's like Chicago is still the Chicago Bulls. It's still the third largest market in sports.
And I don't know what other organization basically would hand Zach the keys, which is what I think the Bulls are willing to do.
And he's right. Like you said, he's built his rapport here. Like we've seen him grow over his last 3.
Oh, yeah.
What is this? Is this his third year?
Third year.
Yeah, we've seen him grow yearly, and he's become one of the top players. We saw him emerge as an all-star. So he's one of the top 20, 25 players in the league.
He definitely was beating on the door for a couple of seasons.
So, I would love to see Zach stick around. I want to see how him and Vooch gel together. I want to see Kobe grow. I've seen him play pretty good down the stretch.
He's played a lot better for sure, Joe.
Yeah, we can say they're not playing for nothing. You can say what you want. Like those 12 guys know what they're playing for. So Kobe knows that he'll be around next year. Kobe knows that he's an integral part of what they have going forward. It's up to Billy and the guys to find where he fits in, whether that's
the right
guy
role
off the bench, or if he's found his niche in the starting role. I'm not sure, but I think Kobe is growing into the guy that a lot of people think he could be. So I'm with you. I see the light. I'm starting to see a little bit of the light. It was a shallow, dark tunnel for me for a minute,
It's
but
a
I'm
big
starting
day as
to
far
see.
as the Bulls and the Bigs go. That's a huge statement from Gino.
Yeah, I'm starting to see. Because it's Chicago or nothing. It's Bulls or nothing. I'm just real with it, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm a homer all the way around, even with the Cubs and the Sox. It's like, yeah, I cover the Cubs. I've been a Cubs fan all my life, but I'm from the South Side, bro. How can I not be a White Sox fan? I love to see the White Sox win. So I'm Chicago or nothing, but I'm going to keep it real.
I understand, the baseball riff. I understand. But yes, definitely, you know how I'm coming.
We got to keep it real, bro.
Yeah.
We Chicago or nothing, but when our team is whack, we got to call it out. When things ain't going right, we got to speak up for the fan base. We got to,
Facts, bro.
The people who help pay the bills. We got to speak up for them. So I feel like most of the Chicago Bulls fans feel the same way. It's like, okay, I see, like you said, AK made some changes, still looking to get rid of some of the dead weight.
Yes.
And I think Chicago is an attractive place now. Like you said, now that Zach is becoming one of those guys, he's becoming more outspoken. He's becoming more popular.
That's key.
Barkley and them love.
It's a popularity contest.
It is.
Yeah.
And then when you get some cosigns, so Zach, man, go ahead, get out there, see who you can reel in. Hey, if you want to take less bread, go ahead. If you want to be selfless, go ahead. I don't have an issue with that, but
here's another interesting angle. And I feel that. I feel like in most cases where it's either the bread or rings,
run me my fare.
You take the bread. You know what I mean? But we've seen both ends.
Play for the rings, but get your bread, bro.
Do you think the fact that the whole city is doing well, Bears, Bulls, White Sox, sorry, Cubs, you think that has an appeal to other free agents? Do you think, I want to go be a part of that? You think that'd be a factor?
Depends. You never know what guys are thinking, But I'm pretty sure if it's like Chicago is Chicago is a winning culture, period. If you add up all the championships together, I'm pretty sure Chicago, other than Boston and the Lakers, with that run in the 60s and 70s, that put them over the top. But if you look at 80s to now,
everybody
we got
a
ship
one.
in everything.
Everybody got one, okay?
Bulls got 6, Cubs got 1, Sox got 1, Hawks got 3.
Bears got 1.
Yeah.
And they've been to a Super Bowl in our time. 2 in your time, you know what I mean? And that's pretty rare, but I feel like we're at a point where I'm hoping, at least I can, like you said, as far as the light at the end of the tunnel, I can see all these teams. I see a path to possibly a ring, especially for the White Sox and the Bears. You know what I mean? I feel like the Bulls still got some fine tuning. Who knows how fast the Cubs can flip it?
Right.
And do you know what's going on with the Blackhawks?
My mama just said the Hawks are terrible.
I think their season just ended a couple days ago.
Yeah, I've been seeing reports about the Blackhawks for about 2 weeks, and it's all bad.
Excuse the Sky. You know.
Oh, let's not. So that's I don't. Do we need to take a break because I want to get in.
Let's take a break real quick. And
because when we come back on the other side, I got to talk about this WNBA thing because it's not my fault.
The WNBA thing.
Yeah, it's not my fault. That's all I
feel
can
like
say.
Kenan and Kel, like, here we go.
Here we go again. Ron Rilla, take us to break, man. You're on the soil with the bigs.
WIIFTBP.
We all remember our life before COVID-19. The parades, the lakefront barbecues, taste of Chicago, the happy hours, and most importantly, loving those unforgettable moments with our friends and families. Getting Chicago vaccinated is what will make the activities we miss safe for everyone. So let's get back to it, Chicago. Let's come together to end this pandemic. Find your vaccine at chi.gov/COVIDvax.
Since 2018, nearly 3,000 tax credit scholarships have been awarded to Black students in Illinois to attend private schools that best fit their needs. Now, Governor Pritzker wants to slash this program. In a time of much uncertainty, we need greater equity in education for our families and children, not less. Call your state representative and senator and urge them to stand up for our kids and their future by supporting the tax credit scholarship program. For more information, visit empowerillinois.org.
WIIFTBP, media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP, media's just for you and me.
Brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters. Yeah, no bullshit at the pulpit with questions for the reverend, like why I gotta die to go to heaven, or are these lies and deception a sign of what's next? To deny my progression to my soul through my spirit from my mind and my flesh. You be hard pressed to alter my perspective. It's reflective of my perception. All the lives and the tribes that's affected, dying quick, effects from environments neglected, disconnected, disrespected. This the same section we never invest in. Our own sales from our own shells, become owners on our own. They get on with our own help. Yeah, creators of our own world, communicate. We accumulated our own wealth. Created in this image, so when I say it, I meant it. Do the science for yourself. My brothers and sisters, we ain't niggas and bitches. My brothers and sisters, we ain't niggas and bitches. Can you dig that though? And I put this on my mama, like Madonna, Mother Earth, Mother Africa. I'm honored to be a part of where it started, selling Starburn through the stars, stardust on my starship. My heartbeat is godly. I'm the light harness from the dark.
You're kicking it with the bigs live from the What's In It for the Black People Media Studios. I want to jump right back into the conversation, Gino, because you had me rolling over the break. Explain what's going on. You said this WNBA thing. Hit us off with it.
It's not my fault.
No Silk the Shocker, right?
Hey, bro.
It ain't my fault.
Yeah.
And
That might have been one of Silk the Shocker's. But that was Silk the Shocker's song?
Silk and Mystical, yes, sir.
Right.
Don't make me mash your potatoes. Don't make me devil your eggs. Exactly.
Yeah, man. So the WNBA season starts today. Right.
I feel like you said it when we was on break, but I got shocked again for the second time. Excuse me.
It's not my fault, bro. First of all, I didn't know the Chicago Sky played a preseason game. So they only played one preseason game?
Yep, and Candace Parker played.
So let me tell you how I found out. I was watching the NBA on TNT, and somebody was like, "Where's Candace?" And they were like, "Candace is working.
It's hooping."
And they showed the Sky in practice. Actually, they showed the Sky's preseason highlights, and they showed Candace diamond out.
Everything, yeah.
And I'm like, so I have to find out through the NBA on TNT that the Sky have a preseason game. I live in Chicago. We cover all Chicago sports, the Sky too. And I don't know if we need to put them on the Summer Jam screen, but they may need it. But why do I have to find out, Joe? A moment of silence.
Would you call yourself, and yes, we cover them, but would you call yourself a fan of the WNBA?
Brother. Yes. I'm an advocate, but I'm also a fan. And those are two different things. Let's not get that confused. We don't even have to go to dictionary.com. An advocate is, for, pro.
I mean, the Sky have been in the news. You seen the Gabby Williams situation.
Right.
Did you peep that?
I saw that.
And they ended up trading her to the Sparks.
Right. They just put her on a year suspension, then they traded her to the Sparks because she didn't commit. She's committed to her national team.
Yep, and would have came into the season extra late. Like, she would have been one of the last to come, to come home from her commitments overseas.
And they would have only had 8 players or 9 players, and Coach Wade was like, "Nah, I can't go off that."
Yeah, and from what he said afterwards, he said they tried to trade her, and that it was some WNBA rule or restrictions or something that made it difficult to do it, and which is why they ended up putting her on the suspension list, which is what made the news. They put her on the year-long suspension list, so she wouldn't have had an opportunity to come back after her overseas commitment. So once the news came out, they got a lot of backlash. Gabby Williams kind of...
I saw her tweets.
Yeah, her tweets, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's even a little bit that, you know what I mean, that will get you some attention. And she ended up getting traded to the Sparks. So, and it looks like she loves it. So,
with Derek, ain't that Derek Fisher's the head coach?
D. Fisher's over there. And more power to her. I feel like that situation, Gino, if you go back and look at some of the stuff James Wade was saying in his press conferences, I feel like that's one of the stark differences in the WNBA compared to the NBA. Boy, he told it all.
What was he saying? Since we're not on the
email list, and we don't even know when he talks, Sky. But he just spoke about, and shout out to our homie Chris.
Okay.
Because this is how I saw it. But he just took you completely behind the scenes of the timeline and everything that went down between the team and Gabby Williams and their conversations and their stance versus her stance. It was an obvious discrepancy, like they had an issue. And Wade had to come out and say, yeah, we had an issue, but the bottom line was that we just wanted the best for her and us. You know what I mean? And we tried to trade her. We couldn't trade her. And once we couldn't trade her, we had to do what was best for us, which was put her on a suspended list. And thankfully, because of this situation, when we did that, the WNBA came up and got involved, and it was like, go ahead, trade her. You know what I mean? This is a person that's eligible to play. You
So
know
the
what I mean?
WNBA had to step in.
WNBA had to step in.
Put that fire out.
And basically opened the conversations again, and there it was. So, if you're following, I felt like that was a decent little taste of drama.
But I feel like most WNBA fans, and I'm just speaking for myself. They wasn't following that.
Not even the WNBA fans.
No. Because I feel like WNBA fans are like baseball fans.
Yeah.
You don't really follow the other teams. You only follow your team.
Oh no. I feel like you had to be plugged in. Like like you said, we're plugged in.
Right.
And we know the mugs that's covering it at least.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
outside of like the Twitter, like my timeline,
right.
I didn't see
nobody. That's what I'm saying. Nobody cared.
News.
Nobody cared. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like me being an advocate, but also being a fan, I will watch any WNBA game because the girls can.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying they can hoop. It's good basketball. Those girls can ball. And again, I love basketball, but I love women's sports. And I mean, I do think that they could be better taken care of all the way around the board.
I feel like that's my biggest issue with the WNBA, is their marketing team, bro. Like, I'm one of the people that I've found ways to enjoy the product, like even when it's bad, because you and I, our conversations have been. It's similar to how you feel about the WNBA. It's top heavy. Well, it's very bottom heavy, kind of. I mean, it's a few good teams and a bunch of bad teams.
Well, there are only a few teams
it's
in
only
the
a few
WNBA
teams.
anyway.
It's only a few teams in the WNBA, so yeah, it makes it a little bit more polarizing.
Are there 12 teams in the WNBA?
I feel like that was one of the issues with trading Gabby, because I'm thinking like, it's gonna be tough to trade a person when it's only a handful of teams.
Let's see. There are 12 teams in the WNBA.
I mean, just look at the history. It's a bunch of teams that I grew up knowing about that ain't there. The Houston Comets.
The Houston Comets are not there anymore.
Yeah,
wow.
It's just a bunch of stuff that's going on with the WNBA. But yeah, Gino, it's like how many teams need a player?
Most of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just like the season's about to start. We good. You know what I mean, kind of thing.
Right. We can't just implement a player into what we've been trying to do for the last 2 weeks.
I feel like they definitely I feel like they totally need to find a way to expand. But also, Gino, it's like what I mean, one of the things I don't want to do is trying to come up with ideas, because I feel like everything we could possibly say right now has been, discussed. At least I hope it's been discussed by the powers that be in that league, and I wonder, like, who's gonna come in with some new ideas, Like, who's responsible for getting the word out for the WNBA? Because I feel like when it comes to the NBA, it is so many avenues. ESPN is the LeBron network. All of our local markets cover all, the MLB, NBA, but you may get a blurb of the WNBA. You know what I mean? I know that's just a decision that people make in a meeting. You know what I mean? I feel like that's part of the problem. You know what I mean? Me and you talk all the time. You look around the city, and it's no disrespect, but most of the people that make decisions about these sports networks aren't from Chicago.
True.
You know what I mean? And honestly lean on other people to understand, like, what kind of impact these teams really have on this city. You know
Not
what I mean?
really having a pulse on the city and just
Joe,
going off of, old school protocol type marketing tactics.
Man, just even on a local level, we should be seeing more Diamond DeShields.
Oh, it's not. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Joe, like,
it's ridiculous.
Candace Parker is on the sky, bro.
It's ridiculous, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I had to find out through NBA on TNT that the Sky had a preseason game.
But we'll see a Kobe White Bulls commercial before we see something with Diamond DeShields and Candace Parker. You know what I mean? And honestly, Candace Parker, and I don't know, I don't know what the process is. Maybe she's like saying, let me focus on basketball. But it should have been hella Candace Parker promo already leading into this. Get ready for the Chicago Sky season. You know what I mean? Candace Parker return home. What? We should be getting that thrown in our face.
Yeah, the storyline is right there. It's like, it's just no reason why. And I'm speaking for myself, because I know I'm one of those fans. Like, I shouldn't have to find out.
You know what else is crazy, though? Like, because I feel like we shouldn't, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to find the right way to say this, but should we be the voice for it? Because it's rarely any women on sports radio. Like, is it only one in Chicago?
Cheryl or Layla?
Layla.
Right.
You know what I mean? With the actual platform and voice.
But what pulse does Layla have for the Chicago Skies? Like, that's not her area of not even expertise, but that's just not what she's on.
But also I feel like Layla's also surrounded by a bunch of mugs that don't care about the WNBA.
100%.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's just the major, like, that's the biggest hurdle. You know what I mean? When it comes to sports, the sports conversation all over local markets. Unless it's like the Las Vegas Aces or the Los Angeles Sparks.
Well, and like my mama just said, I did see that Sports Illustrated cover with Asia Wilson.
Man, I love
Bird,
Asia. Yeah, I love Asia Wilson.
Was it Candace? I think it was Candace, Asia
Wilson.
Wilson.
Was it Breonna Stewart?
No, I don't know. I think it was Candace. No, because it was a Sky. So it was Candace, Sue Bird, and Asia Wilson on the cover of Sports Illustrated, which is dope.
Okay.
Do I buy Sports Illustrated? No. Did I used to buy Sports Illustrated? I did have a subscription to Sports Illustrated years ago when that was
a Sports Illustrated subscription for like 5 cents these days, $2 at the most.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, that's.
But yeah,
I feel like that's a decent way to put them out there. But it should be more. It's just no doubt that it's like you said, especially with those girls. Like Asia Wilson has become this phenomenon since she was at what school did she come from? South Carolina.
Yeah, she just got the statue outside.
Yeah, it's like they should get more recognition for the player, but also to represent the league. Like they have status that could be recognized just outside of the WNBA circle that I think could help the WNBA as a whole. Like Sue Bird is a legend. Like feels like Sue Bird's been playing since the 90s.
100%. She's been playing forever.
Candace Parker too feels like she's been playing since the 90s.
Come on,
now she's on NBA on TNT. It's like it's just no way that they shouldn't be marketing Candace Parker more. Now is it a budget issue?
I feel like we got to do some investigating. I mean, on just what's going on with the WNBA, because I see the numbers all the time. I see how much the WNBA makes versus the NBA, and then the player salary comparisons all the time. And I know that those strings are kind of intertwined when it comes to money you make versus money you bring in. You know what I mean? But I feel like the WNBA misses a lot of opportunities. I mean, I feel like it's fair to criticize them for that. I mean, the fact that when it comes to marketing and promotion, and even like we discussed, you know, like for the last couple of years, you know what I mean, covering the WNBA, their PR people are not good at keeping up relationships. Like every team around the city, honestly, Gino, like 5 years doing this, when the season is about to start, they reach out to their media.
And the fact that we've been on the beat since my boy Steve was the coach.
Yes, bro.
Since Amber was the coach.
Shout out to Amber Hodges.
Then when Coach Wade got the gig, we were there at his introductory press conference.
Yes.
We're the only people that.
And it's not an extensive list of media that covers the Chicago Sky.
First of all, the room where the post game press.
Two of these.
Well, it's Wintrust. So if you've covered the DePaul Blue Demons, or if you've done any sports you've seen the room. It's as big as this room that we're sitting in. Maybe if you chop the wall down with Mary and Ron are.
But see now, exactly. But see now, when it comes to media, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's always good to be in close quarters and get that attention. And that's why covering the WNBA is cool. You know what I mean? Because you get that real kind of personal interaction. You know what I mean? Even when they expanded it to that big room, it's only a few people in there.
Right.
You show up a couple of times, you're going to get that relationship with the coach. You know what I mean? So we enjoy covering the WNBA. And like you said, you know, we've seen them grow into this team they are with championship expectations this year. And honestly, that's exciting. It should be getting more pub around the city.
100% be getting more pub around the city.
I feel
the
like
fact that
so
Candace
many
Parker
fingers.
is coming back to it's just really unbelievable.
Yeah, bro. Like low key, I remember when she went to the Sparks and it was that thought of, oh yeah, another one of, You know what I mean? Another one of our homegrown products. She going to have glory somewhere else. You know what I mean? So it's dope that she's coming back home. She did her thing at LA. You know what I mean? She solidified her legacy.
Wasn't she
legend.
Defensive Player of the Year last year?
Yeah, just last year, G. And you know, I mean, just MVP championship. Yeah, she's done her thing. But
then we got Vanderquigs coming back.
Oh, come on.
Like you said, Diamond could possibly be WNBA MVP this year.
Yes. Stephanie Dawson.
Big Steph's coming back.
Yeah, G.
Yeah, this is definitely championship caliber. And it's messed up that the light is not shining more on them.
And this is crazy because I hear it on the bigger radio stations all the time. And they say that the Sky don't respond to their requests.
Say that again.
I hear it on the bigger radio stations all the time, 670, 1000, that the WNBA does not respond to their media requests to interview players.
Wow.
And coaches. And it's like, what? What? Yeah, I mean, so I'm totally in I almost said something on air that I don't know if I wanted to say.
Tell me, I'll say it.
But I was saying I seen the LinkedIn of the mug from the Sky. You know what I mean?
So they got a new head PR?
Well, I think so. I don't think it's the same woman. You know what I mean? Because I know it was a woman before. Right. I think it's a guy now. So
you saw this man?
Saw him, and I'm like,
bro,
not surprised. You know
don't make us ride down on you, Joe.
Like this dude probably, you know what I mean? And this, you know what I mean? It's like, does he care about what his job is? Like, this doesn't seem like a basketball fan, period. You know what I mean? But
wow.
Because I feel like, you know, in PR, just like any other thing, you just want to get a job. But I would like for him to prove me wrong.
Well, he can start by answering our emails and putting us on the list so we can give the people the coverage that they want.
100%. You know what I mean? So
don't make us put you on the Summer Jam screen, bro, because we will do it.
Come on. And it's a Zoom. You know what I mean? It's a Zoom.
Just add us to the email list, bro.
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
Send us that link, G. Just send us the link.
BCC us in the email section, bro. It's not that hard. But we will ride down on you, Joe. Please believe it.
On that note, man, shout out to the Sky getting their season started today.
Do they start today?
Or the league? The league
starts today.
The league starts today.
I'm gonna ask one of y'all, Ron Rilla. How much do you think the NBA league? You know what NBA League Pass is?
That's when you get all access, right?
Right, and you can watch all the games at any time. You know how much do you think an NBA League Pass subscription costs? So that's 80. You get to watch 82 games for each team. So you can watch all 82 games from all 30 teams.
Probably about like 3 stacks.
Oh nah.
Less?
Oh, way less.
Way less, but for the fact that he said that.
Yeah. Real talk. Like,
how much?
League Pass now is probably $200. When I first got it, it's less than that.
Yeah, I think it's like 130, 140 now. Like,
okay, when NBA League Pass first started its first year, it was $200.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like 2000. AI was still playing.
Yep, and then you got to choose. You got the ability to choose like 4 teams.
4 teams, yeah. So Philly, you know, I used to make sure I get off work at 5, and I would make sure because Philly is Eastern time, so all their games started at 6. So I made sure I get to the crib by 6, and I'm in there.
Yeah.
So this was, like I said, 2000, who knows what, first year League Pass. How much do you think a WNBA League Pass subscription costs? Mary.
She said, oh, no. Double, so probably like 400, right?
This is you saying how much 300. Is the WNBA package?
The WNBA.
WNBA, it's probably like $20, $50.
Yeah. $16.99.
What?
Yeah, and know what? I feel like over the last couple of days I've looked into, because they got a new TV deal with ESPN, and so they get a couple of primetime games, but a majority of the games are coming on ESPN3, which is not a television station; it's a streaming service.
This is the same station Jackson State football came on ESPN3.
And check this. This is the kicker, bro. It's exclusive right. So when it comes on ESPN3, it's not even coming on. You can't even get it on League Pass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it won't be shown on League Pass because it's an ESPN thing. So it's a bunch of conflicting ways to watch.
I'm going to just buy a WNBA League Pass just because I got $17 to spare.
And see how it goes.
I would spend that on some lunch or something. So I'm going to just buy it just because I love the ladies in the WNBA and I'm a fan of what they do. But that's the discrepancy there. And like Terrence said, obviously, it's about the, profit,
Yeah.
And we know the NBA's profit, but $16.99.
Don't forget how they did the WNBA in the bubble with the gym, with the facilities compared to the NBA. They had a documentary on ESPN
I recorded it yesterday.
144.
I was going to watch it tonight.
And of course, it's the story of the WNBA bubble. And the gym compared to the NBA gym. Oh my God!
Just like the NCAA March Madness before the girls from Oregon got on that with the NCAA.
Bro. So
let me see. Chicago.
It's unfortunate how it goes now, bro.
The Chicago Sky begin their season tomorrow at noon in Washington versus the Washington Mystics. Ain't that Elena Deladon's squad?
Washington Mystics, yes.
So yeah, they start tomorrow in Washington. They come back home. No, they're in, who is the Dream? Atlanta?
Yep.
They play the Atlanta Dream Wednesday, May 19th, before they come home to open for the home opener against the Liberty, who is New York, right?
Yes.
Hey, Ron Rilla, before we go to break, I'm going to quiz T real quick.
You want
like
me
they
to
do
say-
Charles Barkley.
You gonna put me on the spot?
I'm putting them. Oh, I'll put them on because I know they would be 0 for 12.
Damn.
So I want you to tell me the city from each one of these teams.
Or you gonna give me the city?
I'm gonna give you the team name, and you tell me the city.
I feel like I want one of them to do it, and then we do it.
Ron Rilla and Mary, y'all. I'm putting y'all on the spot right now. Sorry.
Go ahead.
There are 12 WNBA teams. I'm going to give you guys the team name, and I want you guys to tell me what city it is.
No. They give us the team name, and we tell them the city.
I know the city. I know all 12 of them.
I know where Sky from.
Yeah, of course you do.
New York Liberty, the Atlanta Dream, the Washington Mystic, the Las Vegas Aces, the Los Angeles Sparks.
That's 5.
Now I need one half of.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure you would
half.
get it just
Yeah,
because. The Lynx,
The Minnesota Lynx.
Seattle Storm.
the Storm,
Seattle Storm.
Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
Mercury.
Yeah. No,
Oh yeah, you looking? That's why you know.
What's Las Vegas called?
The Aces.
The Aces.
That's the newest squad.
What is Minnesota called?
That's the Lynx.
The Lynx.
What is
Shout out to
what is Indiana called?
That's the Fever.
Okay. What is Washington called?
The Mystics.
The Mystics.
What is Dallas called?
That's a good one.
The Dallas. That's what's our girl, man? Enrique. The Wings.
Yep.
Good one, Gino.
Yeah.
What is Connecticut?
The Connecticut Storm.
Suns. Storm is Seattle.
Okay.
What is Houston?
We thought they were the Comets.
No, that's
They
not
the
the
Comets?
That's an old squad.
Yeah, they don't
Okay,
even exist
so-
no more. Yeah.
I bet. What is San Antonio?
San Antonio.
It's getting kind of hectic.
The San Antonio.
Starts with S.
The Sun.
Stars.
San Antonio.
What is Miami's team?
Miami?
Dang, come on, Biggs.
Miami doesn't have
Soul.
The Soul?
Yep.
Is this the WNBA you looking at?
I'm looking up WNBA teams. Cleveland. What's Cleveland team?
Oh, I'm done, Ron.
Cleveland team.
Cleveland doesn't have it.
It's the Rockets. I'm doing the old teams.
I've never heard of the Cleveland Rockets.
I've never heard of the Cleveland. Do you see?
You on 2K?
I just Googled. I just Googled WNBA teams. The first ones I was naming, y'all was getting.
Yeah, that's because we named all 12 of them.
It's like now it's like these is like teams from semi-pro. No, I'm just not for.
The New York Liberty, the Washington Mystics, the Atlanta Dream, the Phoenix is the Sun, Indiana Fever, Chicago Sky,
Portland Fire.
No. No. Who's the Sun? Because that's not Phoenix.
No, I think
Phoenix is the Mercury. That's with
Breonna Taylor.
No, that's with Brittany Griner.
Excuse me.
Who's the Sun, bro?
Gee, so Phoenix,
Connecticut.
They gotta be.
Connecticut is the Sun.
What team doesn't a team have the same name as an NBA team? Like
Phoenix Mercury, Las Vegas Aces, Dallas Wings, Los Angeles Sparks, Seattle Storm, Minnesota Lynx. Those are the 12 WNBA teams. On that note, that's my point.
Yes.
The WNBA needs more love. Shout out to the Chicago Sky. PR guy from the Sky, don't make the bigs ride down on you because we will send Mary Q to step to your front door and get y'all right. So
Gino, they could have been playing the not top 10.
Yeah, and we'd have
theme song underneath
we'd have been out here, man. So yeah, man, WNBA starts tonight. Support them ladies, man, and let's get them on a better platform because ESPN, y'all ain't getting it. Ron Rilla, take us to break. When we come back on the other side of the break, the Hall of Fame inductions are tomorrow, man. Timmy D, KG, Kobe. It's going down, man. So we're going to talk a little bit of the Hall of Fame induction when we come back. You on the soil with the bigs.
WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning.
The Fraternal Order of Police. It is the president, John J. Catanzara Jr.
We all saw the Anjanette Young video.
Naturally, when someone hears, I didn't do it, you got the wrong place, you just discard it. You have an obligation to make sure that the rest of the place that you're doing a search warrant on is secure.
Okay, so you used the word naturally. And when you watch that video, naturally, a natural reaction would have been to provide her with some coverage for her naked body.
Have you ever been to police?
And so
have you ever been to police?
Let me finish my question. So a natural reaction was not what we saw from those white police officers.
A natural police reaction
to
secure the scene.
So a natural police reaction is different from a natural
Well, we're
human
talking
reaction.
about police. We're not talking about you going into a building. We're talking about the police going into a building.
Hence why in the beginning of the question, I related it to training. Are police officers trained to not see black people as human? And so police training would make them naturally react to see me as an animal?
I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer because that's just an ignorant statement to make. They went in there looking for an offender.
Who was not there.
Do you know that until you searched the whole place?
They did. They searched and she stood there naked.
And at that point...
After they had the scene secure, she still stood there naked.
Again... I already conceded the fact that they could have did a better job covering her up. But her race had nothing to do with it. And you're going to keep implying it. I'm going to keep telling you you're absolutely wrong.
Let me ask you a question. Of training? Is it a lack of proper training?
No.
Keep telling you, you got the wrong place. You got the wrong place.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman.
This is it. Day one. The red letter edition. Big Luda. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. Before I finish breathing, I'm moving the masses like minister speeches, penning classics as I finish my thesis. Not a pastor or a preacher, my passion is deeper. Rapper / teacher, trying to master the teachings past the sinister streets and moving bags past the police is speeding fast in the evening. The truth is it's all about eating, but I'm feeding food for thought for those either fasting or feasting. Putting faith in my beliefs when I'm speaking, looking straight till I'm decent, at peace with no fear, believing it's real. I tell them it's heaven, but it's hard when you talking to niggas with no ears. From clouds of chronic coughing in sessions, off walking and stressing, straight lost in the essence. I pause for a second with my thoughts and reflections. I take my losses as lessons, but it's all just a blessing, and that's the mess. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song I'm trying to put you on or what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song I'm trying to put you on or what I'm on. If you just rotate with me. In an instant, friendship seeing quick in the music business. It used to be just music, now it's just business. The relentless pursuit for loot, dividends and interest, hidden agendas, leaving you defenseless against them. Not to mention intentions to benefit from you penning authentic sentences. Shit for the spinach, niggas that did it. Listen, while you scribbling, picturing images of living on premises, surrounded by fences and different women in silky linens, bending and grinning, intended rentals, you slipping, cause these Vicks is out, tricking your chips in. The game's cutthroat, rules was laid back in the day before rappers got paid by sponsors and slung dope. And shit ain't really changed beside the amount of change the game. Famous names so these lames can front, so I changed the game. See my future through the blunt smoke so high, looking at my future through the blunt smoke. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song I'm trying to put you on or what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song I'm trying to put you on or what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, I'm invincible, guarded by two identical, invisible guardian angels that guard every angle of my physical frame. Spiritual miniature ministers whispering, keeping me on the top of my game. Lessons to gain, pleasure and pain. Like my eyes, they reside on the left and right side of my brain. Quietly praying, navigating my aspirations, passing calculated statements while I'm grabbing my flame. Wasted in the basement, pacing, placing words on pages.
We are back on the soil. You're kicking it with the Bigs, live from the West in it for the Black People Media Studios. Gino, what's good?
What's the Benoski, man? Herb Howard in the building.
Yes, sir.
Just chilling, man. You know what time it is, brother. Got to lay down the rules for the people, man, after this noon break, man. When you rocking with the Bigs on the soil, and when you rocking with any show on the What's in It for the Black People Media Network, we need y'all to smash the like buttons, smash the share buttons, hit the comment section, join the convo, man. Light the comment section up like y'all always do. Continue to help us push the content and the culture forward, man. It's all about ownership over here at the network. And that's what we on, man. So rotate with us, in the words of the great ML, man. It's important that we control our own narrative and keep the culture vultures on the outside looking in, man, because the more and more they try to control our voices and control our stories and turn it into what they want it to be, the further and further we get away from the truth, man. So continue to support the network, continue to support the brothers, continue to support your people, man. Circulate the dollar with your people. And we all about ownership over here. So if you want to share the network, share the pages, drop something in the Cash App, tell a friend to tell a friend, buy some merch. Whatever your form of support is, man, we most definitely appreciate it. And there would be none of this without the family members, man. So much love to y'all for always taking time out of your day to get up with the network, whether it's Maze, whether it's Dawn, whether it's the brothers, whether it's Two and Herb, whether it's DJ and Week Ho Wednesday.
Yes.
Salim, Cassie and Sadiq, Chris the Critic, the church family on Sundays.
Yes.
whoever else I
Power
forgot.
Hour.
The Power Hour, no disrespect. Much love to everybody on the network. But, yeah, continue to show love and continue to support us, man. We all we got.
Absolutely. Gino, man, I was just checking something out on my phone. I wanted to make sure I asked you about it today because I feel like it's a significant weekend for if you're a fan of the game of basketball, and not just the game of basketball, but even I feel like just the world of basketball. When I'm talking about the announcers, the journalists, the media people, all of those roles are intertwined. And what we get are some of the greats, man. And talking about the Naismith Hall of Fame class that will be enshrined starting tonight, but all through this weekend.
All the festivities kick off tonight.
Festivities start tonight, where the basketball figures will be enshrined. So Mike Breen, Bang. Bang! You got to put y'all into it.
Yeah, that's classic.
But probably the most significant to me, man, Michael Wilbon is going into the Hall of Fame. And I caught a segment of Partner Interruption yesterday where Tony Kornheiser wrote like a quick tribute to Michael Wilbon. And honestly, it was one of the dopest things I've seen in a while.
They are.
Real talk, it made me think, me and Eugene, you know what I mean, down the line. Just, of course, the friendship that they've had over the years is documented all, that 4:30 slot on ESPN. You're going to get Tony Kornheiser and Mike Wilbon.
That's definitely probably my favorite show out of all. Even Sports Center. I feel like PTI is definitely my favorite segment of ESPN Sports Talk.
Yeah, man. And we've had the opportunity to be around Wilbon. He's a superstar, you feel me? Like, he's one of the cats that every player talks to.
So he's going in the Hall of Fame tomorrow?
He's going into the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
And so Tony Kornheiser made a joke and say his real mission while he's down there at the Hall of Fame is to get it moved to Chicago. So I'm like, yeah, and it's because Wilbon puts on for Chicago every
all
chance
day long.
he gets.
All day long.
And you got to tip your cap to him because, man, in this industry where I feel like it's a revolving door, I mean, everywhere you look, this man has found a way to stick around for a very long time. And longevity is something that you got to reward when you're on this side. So definitely, I got to tip my cap to Michael Wilbon. He's a Loyola alum from the south side of Chicago and took it to the top, man. So shout out to Wilbon, getting enshrined with a master class of people. You know what I mean? To just look at the class, bruh. And, we've talked about it on previous episodes, but, of course, Bean.
Bean, Tamika Catchings, Timmy D, KG, Kim Mulkey.
Rudy Tom.
Rudy T.
Yeah, man.
I see Neo is going to be performing well.
I don't know why that just made me laugh, because it's like, who thought Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, let somebody call Neo? But shout out to that. Of course, I feel like everybody's looking forward to Michael Jordan introducing Kobe Bryant. MJ has had some really dope comments leading up to it. And because I think it's a big press conference that's going to be happening today. But they asked Mike already about his emotions and everything like that, and he told people, I'm not nervous to talk about Kobe because I actually loved him. You know what I mean?
And they were talking about his text conversations that he had with him.
Yeah,
like
man.
The last few months.
Uh-huh.
I think it was his last one was like December of 2019. And let me see if I can find them.
So
yeah,
says, one month before?
Yeah. Says I was an interview that he was doing with Jackie McMullen from ESPN. He said that he kept those final text messages even though they bring a tear to his eye every time he reads them. And it says he told Jackie McMullen that, Kobe was just so happy. He was doing so well. And so it says, Bryant texts Michael Jordan, this tequila is awesome. Because Jordan got some tequila, Sincoro tequila.
Yes.
And he said he sent him a pack, and he said, "This tequila is awesome." Mike responded, "Thank you, my brother." Kobe responded, "Yes, sir. Is the family good?" Mike like, "All good." "Yours?" He said, "All good." And they text, "Happy holidays. Hope to catch up soon, Coach Kobe." And then Kobe's like, "Man, back at you, man. Hey, Coach, I'm sitting on the bench right now. We blowing this team out 45-8. And just random text messages that they sent because, like you said, they were.
That's an MJ and Kobe number, 45-8.
Yeah, 45-8. Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Right. Wow.
And man, you know what? I can't think of a more perfect combo of athletes. You know what I mean? Is that the right way to say it, man? Mike and Kobe. You know what I mean? Those two dudes, to have them like right in succession of each other is just like, man, it was such a beautiful thing. And you know what I mean, you just look at that relationship like, man, those are the GOATs. You know what I mean? Those two dudes. It ain't gonna be another one of them. You know what I mean? Like we said it wasn't gonna be another Mike, and it never was another Mike, but then came Kobe, and now you know it's probably never gonna be another Bean. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, this is something that I'm sure everybody was looking forward to Kobe, being there for. You know what I mean? Just like I feel like a few years ago, with Mike and his Hall of Fame speech. You know what I mean? It was that last kind of stamp on his career. You know what I mean? And it sucks that Kobe ain't here to do the same, man. But I feel like for Mike to step up to the plate, it's about to be something monumental. You know what I mean? And you got to talk about Vanessa Bryant because she's going to be involved. But I feel like in recent news, man, she's taking steps where I feel like she's about to be a very powerful mogul when it comes to sports merchandise and likeliness and everything, because she's snatching it back. You know what I mean?
What's she on?
She's launching the GG brand.
I have seen the sweatsuits that some of the WNBA players have been sporting the last couple weeks.
And that's completely, by the Bryants. And she's definitely going toe-to-toe with Nike right now when it comes to Kobe's brand. And what's best, what's the best next steps for that? So I feel like Vanessa Bryant is turning into somebody that we're going to have to pay more attention to, and I F with it. You know what I mean? I F with it. Go ahead, Vanessa. But, yeah, man, I feel like Muggs are going to have the tissues out over the weekend. You know what I mean? So I'm totally looking forward to that moment, over the weekend. I can't wait to talk about it on the other side. But tonight, with Wilbon going in, I'm like, oh, man, that was, you know what I mean? I feel like I was inspired. It's one of the dudes I was inspired most from when it comes to looking out in the industry. You know what I mean? Wilbon 100% is at, top of the list.
And then when we come across some of these guys in passing at the arenas, Wilbon, it was like, man, damn, that's Mike Wilbon. He was nice too cool. He was too cool.
And that's dope because I feel like the writers, you know what I mean, they're always the ones to be like, yeah, it's me. What up? You know what I mean? Him, David Aldridge.
Yeah, DA was definitely cool. Chopped it up with us for a minute.
Yeah, man. They understand what the grind is. They like, yeah, this is
still on it.
Yeah, still on it, man. So, yeah, it's a dope week for NBA heads.
And even when we get back to the players and we talk about Kobe, but when you think about Tim Duncan and KG and Kobe, these were the three guys post Jordan era that were able to ascend and keep the NBA at its highest level.
Man, I remember watching the Spurs win that championship versus the Knicks. I forgot my parents were out of town, bro, so we were staying with a family friend, and nobody there wanted to watch the finals, bro. I had to cuff a TV in the basement while everybody was outside playing. And I remember just thinking, I'm like, gee, this man, Tim Duncan, is about to be one of the go. This man's cold. You know what I mean?
A different breed.
Him and David Robinson, Sean Elliott.
Being able to come right in and learn from the Admiral, who was just a high level performer.
Year, right?
It was his. Remember, that was the first because they got two together. So Timmy came in, in '99. He came in and they got
Avery
that first
Johnson
one.
was there.
Yeah, man, being able to learn from Avery Johnson, Tim Duncan, Sean Elliott.
Yo, and I, low key, I messed with Allen Houston.
Allen Houston was was that dude. What you mean?
Truth be told, it was an NBA Inside the Stuff episode where Allen Houston was showing his shooting form where I learned how to shoot.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Allen Houston had a perfect shooting form. He was a dog.
Marcus Camby over there, like, yeah, G, these guys are like my guys. You know what I mean?
So consider these facts. From 1999 to 2010, Kobe, KG, and Tim Duncan combined to win 10 of the 12 NBA titles.
Wow, bro. And you already know who the other team, I mean.
The Pistons and
Mavericks.
The Heat.
The Heat, yeah. Okay.
Shaq and Twan and them.
Yeah.
And then only 6 NBA players have made the All-Star team at least 15 times. Half of them are Kobe, KG, and Tim Duncan.
Come on, man.
The other 3, Kareem, Shaq, and LeBron.
Man, like real talk, that, like you said, for that to be the era after the 90s, you know what I mean? For them to take the reins after Mike and everybody, it's crazy that, because I feel like they took it to even bigger heights than MJ took it. I think of KG as a
nutcase.
Come on, G, just what he brought to the game. Yo, that ball go up. It's one of these moves. You know what I mean?
An extreme nutcase.
I'm in yo, you know what? You feel me? From beginning to end, I'm on the bench, and you going to hear me. You know what I mean? And when I get in the game, you going to feel me. Oh, man, just and real talk, an inspiring way to play the game. I feel like my generation of guys that came up just playing on the playground, that's how everybody played. That's how everybody played. We was in your face, you know what I mean, aggressive, smart, hard fouls that meant something, you know what I mean?
I never forget KG said he said I was going to die in that series against the Lakers.
Yeah.
He was like, I was past running on fumes.
Gino, see, now when you start talking about that final series and everything, I feel like that was the last time I was 100% fan. Gee, I was skipping. I had a night class. I was ditching to make sure I was seeing every single minute of that series because you felt that. You feel me? Like you felt like in the scheme of what was going on in the world, these two teams fighting for the NBA championship was so important. You know what I mean? It's like, gee, you talking about Celtics versus Lakers, KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce versus Kobe. Oh, gee, take me back, Gino. Take me back, bruh.
Even Kobe. It's like, man, he was running on fumes out there. That man shot 6 of 24 in that last game. He was like, you know what? I bet you I grabbed these 16 boys.
You remember the pregame? We said, I've noticed that at the team that won the rebound battle won the game. So I'm on these boys tonight.
I'm hitting this glass. Don't forget, Kobe was 6'7", 6'8", maybe? 6'6". I know he was at least 6'6".
And even then, as athletic as they come, like jumping with the best of them.
But it was all will and determination. I mean, this guy was 13, 14 years in already. It was like this was sheer will.
Yeah, man.
And knowing that, again, we all know he won those back the 3P with Shaq, but he like, man, look, I can do this without Buddy. So let me show y'all. I'm going to give you all I got. I'm going to do this thing from a myriad of ways to let y'all know that the work ethic is one thing. The skill level is one thing, but the determination and the will and the know-how and the IQ, that's what I think Kobe in his 13, 14, 15th year, I think that's what I got most out of watching him then. It was like, and KG too.
You see, I'm just looking at the comments, Big Bro saying Honey Nut Cheerios.
He was a nutcase, man.
He was a nutcase, bro.
Yeah, how you going to go there with Melo, man?
With Melo, G, because it was like, oh, and it stung, like it stayed around. It's like, because it's KG.
But also, KG wasn't about to, like, KG was just, he was an irritant. He wasn't going to fight. Even though he had his little, he had his stint out west with the Lords. He would throw up, remember he blocked D Rose and told him, he told him he don't rock with the GDs, no way.
What? Oh,
you never heard that?
No, I never heard that story.
There was a clip, baby can find it on YouTube.
He said, I don't mess with the GDs,
and excuse my language out there, everybody, but D Rose went to the bucket. KG blocked his shot out of bounds. He said, "Get that shit out of here, nigga. I don't fuck with the GDs, no way, nigga."
KG.
That's classic KG. It's not like KG now.
I mean, just go look at the Celtics championship video. You're going to see all the VLs, you know what I mean, in the world.
Anything is possible.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So,
yeah, man, it's only right for these three guys to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame together. Right. Like, one of the best Hall of Fame classes of all time.
You know what I used to hate? I used to hate when people talked about the Spurs and was like, "Oh, that's that boring basketball."
Yeah, right. This boring basketball with 5 ships, right? In 20
shredding
years.
you apart, bruh. Like, and a defense that just suffocates you, like a snake, G, that squeeze you until it was over.
Come on, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Sean Elliott, Avery Johnson,
Tony Parker.
Well, before Tony got there, what was my boy?
Avery.
His dad. Jaren Jackson. I'm just thinking of the pieces.
Wow.
Bruce Bowen.
Who
else was there then? Them early years.
Bruce Bowen, the dude. I'm gonna do anything to win, bro.
I'll stick my foot under you.
I'm gotta get an edge, fam.
Nah, man, the Spurs. I'm always like now they've secured that number 10 spot in the play-in tournament.
And don't think that they ain't been preparing for whoever for the last month, okay? Like popping them, you know what I mean?
It's gonna be tough, man.
And again, Gino, I'm starting to mess with this play-in tournament. DeMar DeRozan and DeJounte, like those dudes are nice, okay?
Segue. We're gonna take our 12:30 break. When we come back on the other side, man. 2 games left in the season, 1 game for a couple teams. The season ends on Sunday. And it's a lot riding on these games played this weekend. So Ron Riller's going to take us to break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to talk the end of the NBA season, the play-in tournament, and the playoffs that start, I don't know when they start, May 18th, I think. No, that's when the play-in starts, May 18th. But we're going to talk NBA when we come back on the other side of the break. You're on the soil with the Bigs.
WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? You gotta ask yourself. Yeah. I'm seeing ghosts in my dreams, in my past. Will it haunt me? Will it last? Will it taunt me? Will my path be no longer beneath me? Under my feet, misdirected as I stand. Cause I wanted what I had, and I had what I wanted. Is my faith being tested? As humble as I am, because I need to see it and touch it with my hands. Am I less of a man unless this lesson was confessions? I fess up like the brand. My plans never went how I planned, never panned out. Now my confidence is in the can. Coincidentally, my spirit is spinning, so spent, cause I spent up everything I had. Real as it gets, this is what it really is. As I stare at my twin, reality sinking in. Over the sink, pray for blessings from the Lord, cause the truth is the truest, especially when it's yours. There's no
nowhere to go, there's no place to run, there's nowhere to hide. Where you go, there's nowhere to go, there's no place to run, there's nowhere to hide. Where you go, there's nowhere to go, there's no place to run, there's nowhere to hide. Where you go, there's nowhere to go, there's no place to run, there's nowhere to hide. Who you hide? Face to face, I face it like a Pinot. Head on, headstrong, I'm headed for where he go. And he knows where he goes, cause his soul was told that he knows that he goes through this evil. Become one, like a groove to a needle. Mastery of self, when I'm selfish as my ego. Can't see beyond a tunnel vision. The weight on my mind, a tunnel vision. Its function is unforgiving. As I tumble, stumble, and struggle with it, I have no time to fumble, I'm running with it. As my pundits dismiss it, push me to the limit. What's the business? Is this what my punishment is? One smear on my record, it appears that I'm helpless. I feel that I can't help it. It helped me to see that there is no help.
We all remember our life before COVID-19. The parades, the lakefront barbecues, taste of Chicago, the happy hours, and most importantly, loving those unforgettable moments with our friends and families. Getting Chicago vaccinated is what will make the activities we miss safe for everyone. So let's get back to it, Chicago. Let's come together to end this pandemic. Find your vaccine at chi.gov/COVIDvax.
WIIFTBP.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin.
Let's begin now.
We are back down on the soil. You already know who you rocking with. It is the Bigs, the illest independent sports media outlet in the land. Definitely I feel like we're in the middle of so many raw things going on in Chicago, man. The White Sox have the best record of all the baseball. Justin Fields is speaking to the media today. So
did they start training camp or start in spring?
I think this is rookie mini camp kind of action.
Mini camp, yeah.
Yeah, so of course yesterday all the rookies got a contract and chose their numbers. Eddie Jackson announced he was switching his numbers, but I feel like he's going with the single digit 4.
Good. If that's gonna help you have a better output than you did last year, thank you, Eddie Jackson.
Do you think the number? Because I feel like.
Got him feeling like he's back in Alabama.
Cool. Yeah, if you're going to bring the vibes back, go ahead and bring the vibes back. I don't care.
Hey, that's cool.
But, Gino, I woke up yesterday, just turned on the TV, turned to ESPN, and they were talking about Justin Fields, and I just had to laugh. I'm like, gee, they just talking about the Bears quarterback for no reason. It's yeah, let's go.
So today is the first practice at Hallis Hall.
Yes.
Come on, Jay Fields. Show these people that you need to be on the field week 1, period.
I feel like that's been an interesting conversation, Gino.
Period.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you know how I feel.
I know how you feel.
This is the era. I mean, he should be out there week 1 unless you just don't feel like he's ready. And that's cool.
Yeah, that is. If he shows you that he's not ready, fine.
Exactly.
But I have the utmost confidence in this kid that he's going to show them that Andy Dalton is not the best thing for us moving forward.
And I feel like, when it comes to Andy Dalton, he can't be a part of the equation. Like, bro, it's like, look, he's Andy
and I don't mean
Dalton.
to cut you off,
get.
Bro.
Yeah,
this is Andy Dalton who couldn't do anything with the weapons that the Dallas Cowboys had last year. Did you see what Dak was doing the first 4 weeks before he tore his stuff up?
He was looking like the greatest football player of all time. Bro. Like, it's, at least as far as numbers go, 400, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns,
every rip.
Yeah, so
and they couldn't score 14 points with Andy Dalton.
Struggling is the struggle with Andy Dalton. So
if Andy Dalton is our starting quarterback week 1, I might want out.
Exactly, Gino. I just feel like Justin Fields is going to come in and absolutely look better than Andy Dalton
could ever look.
You saw what the Bears said when they drafted him. They said that they were going to take their time and blah blah blah. And blah blah blah.
Well, the season starts when?
But see now, hey, Gino. Did you see that schedule? Because
I did see the schedule.
NFL I feel like they looked the Bears back in the eye and said, Justin Fields is starting game one. It's nothing but primetime, like, marquee matchups all season. It's going to be tough for this Bears team, but they are going to be tested every single week.
I went down the schedule game for game real quick when I saw it, and I counted 8-9. With Justin Fields at the helm, I counted 8-9.
You know what, Gino? I feel like the Bears are going to have issues being at 500 this season.
8-9.
But I feel confident saying it because I feel like they're going to be a very competitive
all day.
team.
That's the point. They'll beat.
It's a young quarterback. You know what I mean?
Right.
7 wins would be impressive to me. Just and this is just looking at the schedule just off top, bro. I mean, come on. You're starting with the Rams, and they just got Matt Stafford, one of the toughest defenses in the game, if not the best. Week one. Then you got the Titans, and you got to play. No, I'm sorry. That's preseason.
Yeah, they start with
the
Rams.
They start with the Rams.
One.
Then it's the Bengals.
Right.
And you know Joe Burrows is going to be a handful.
Now I saw one. I couldn't see the schedule I was looking at was small, so I saw an empty helmet. So was that the Washington football team?
It is. That is
week 3, week 4, one of those first weeks.
No, week 3. Oh, that's the Browns you're talking about.
Okay, right. They are okay.
Yeah. The Browns in week 3.
So they're playing the AFC.
This is the AFC.
What are we?
AFC
North?
I think it's AFC North.
Okay.
Because Cleveland, Baltimore,
yeah.
That's the AFC East.
Okay.
So it's
Cleveland,
the AFC
Baltimore,
North and the
Cincinnati.
AFC East. Then they got the Raiders, the Lions, the Packers, the Bucks, the Niners, the Steelers, AFC East.
And I saw the Ravens.
Ravens twice. Because this right now the Yahoo got the schedule mumble jumbled up. They got the Ravens on there twice. I know they don't play the Ravens twice.
Right.
But then the Cardinals, the Vikings, the Seahawks, the Giants. Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Yeah,
so they're playing the AFC East and the NFC.
In the NFC East.
Okay.
The NFC East.
No, the
West.
NFC East is Dallas, Philly.
Yeah, the Giants and the Seahawks.
I thought, didn't they say you said Tampa was on there?
Yep. So and then the South.
Okay.
The Cardinals are on the schedule.
Okay.
So yeah, man.
8-9 is what I counted from what I was watching. I don't care, to be honest, about the record. Because Andy Dalton at the helm.
It's like I don't think we even have to talk about him.
Period.
I mean, if y'all can go back and look at the comments that Justin Fields made. This is a dude that I feel like has been working ever since he got his name called. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's ready week 1. I'm not one of those guys that's saying he has to start. I just think that he's going to be ready. I mean, because that's just the era we're in, man. If you're drafting a quarterback in the first round, chances are they've been, ready for NFL action like midway through their last college season. So I'm looking forward to it, Gino. Allen Robinson, what's our boy Anthony Miller? And he put an Instagram post up that say,
Is he back?
He's back, and he's embracing the competition. He said, what's life without a little competition? And I'm like, I like that, my boy. I like that because I feel like he's always had the talent.
No,
it's
he's
just
a
the
talented
attitude.
guy. Yeah, man. Sometimes you get ahead of yourself. You start feeling yourself.
Bruh, I've seen Anthony Miller take some of the biggest hits I've seen like in my 30 years of being a football fan. I've seen him take it on the chin and then seen him after the game like hurt. I'm like, oh, this is a warrior right here. Like the Bears, if he's on point, he's gonna be good for the Bears. It's on him.
Yeah,
the
growth,
organization.
Man.
I mean, it's obvious they brought in Marquise Goodwin, and he could definitely take Anthony Miller's spot if Anthony Miller doesn't come in ready. So
gotta grow, bro.
Yeah, man, it's on him. So I'm looking forward to the competition. The running backs that are there. Did you see David Montgomery? Did you see his first tweet today?
No.
He say, "I love Chicago." That's all he said. He just said, "I love Chicago." It's like, yeah, it's that time when the Bears like, yeah, gee, these guys are the situation for those guys changed overnight. I feel like the arrow was pointing down. I'm pretty sure some players were watching draft night like, we better come away with a quarterback. You saw Eddie Jackson's draft night video, bro. He sounded like me and you. He was over there like, we finally got a quarterback. Like, and this is a dude that actually plays for the Bears. So I know the vibe and the feel of that locker room. It just did a 180. And these guys, I'm pretty sure they can't wait to get back on the field. Because don't forget, before the draft, they had players talking about, I don't feel safe. We're not coming to OTAs.
Yeah, right.
They drafted Justin Fields. They like, pack my
We
bag,
all
baby.
in. I'm going to get there
I'm
a day
going
early.
to November, shorty. Like,
get there a day early.
Kiss my kids for me. You know what I mean? So I'm ready, Gino.
Hey, man. Have the Jacksonville Jaguars signed Tim Tebow yet?
Yeah, bruh, yes. As a tight end, he's going to be in camp with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which, bruh, it's like, ew. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I don't even know what to say about it because I know. Is that Urban? Who's over? It's Urban Meyer?
Yeah.
So it's his college coach?
Yeah.
It's like Tim Tebow is his son. It's nepotism in a kind of way because that's the only way Tim Tebow ends up back in the NFL is if his father becomes the coach. You know?
Playing a position he's never, ever played in his life, right?
I mean, come on. How long has Tim Tebow been the white privileged mascot in the sports world? You know what I mean? Some of the balls that he threw at Denver were the ugliest throws I ever seen, in NFL history. Yeah, I mean, then he went and played minor league baseball, Joe, and batted like 205, like he was good. Now he's back in the NFL. Oh, to be white and average, bro. White, male, and average. Oh. So, yeah, shout out to Tim Tebow because it's not him, it's the system. You know what I mean?
Talking about
he can't hate the player,
he's
right?
He's going to be a locker room leader. And ain't no
Bro,
third
Muggs
string.
Gonna tell him to shut his ass up.
No third string wide receiver about to be no locker room voice for me, bro. Get this man out of here, man.
The third string quarterback is the first one gone. Man, please. You lucky if he's even there for the wind down. It's like, gee, meet us on the practice field on Wednesday.
But Cap couldn't get a gig, huh?
Absolutely not. He kneeled.
On that note, the NBA winds down this weekend.
Yes, it does, Gino.
Like we started on the soil with today, the Bulls are still mathematically alive. They need the Washington Wizards to lose both games, and the Bulls need to win out. They play the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn tomorrow and the Milwaukee Bucks here Sunday night. I would love to see the Bulls beat both of those guys and Washington fall off. I think you really can only control what you can control, and that's winning both games.
Come on.
Brooklyn and Milwaukee are still playing for something, so
yes,
I don't think
that's unfortunate.
I don't think those guys will be sitting out.
I feel like when you look at the schedule, even in October, when the season started, you were looking at these last two games like, yeah, these teams are going to be resting KD and all of them. It's like, oh, these dudes are playing.
They're
Damn.
still trying to fight for number 2 and 3.
That's probably the biggest, the most unfortunate thing to happen to the Bulls.
Or one.
It would have been an easy path for these dudes if they weren't playing. But is Kyrie playing? Did you?
Kyrie didn't play the last game. Okay. James Harden came back.
Oh, yeah.
So they may rest him just for precaution, but you still got James, you still got KD. Even without Kyrie, that's still.
If you're the Bulls, you just leave it all on the court.
Got
man.
to.
The play-in tournament starts today.
Got to. That's what you want to see. It's not that you are expected to win, but you have to compete. You have to leave it all on the floor. You have to leave the last showing of the season that this is something that you want the fans to be able to live with until they see you guys again at the start of next season. So I do want to see a great effort by those guys. Everybody's back. Everybody's healthy. Like we said, Kobe's been playing well. Zach is coming back from the COVID situation. He's looking good. Vooch, everybody. So it would be nice to see them knock off Brooklyn and Milwaukee. Maybe they do sit some guys like, okay, we don't care. We're going to get 2 or 3. We're not trying to get 1. Let's rest our guys. We'll have a week, while the play-in is going on. We'll have a week to rest. That's all up to Steve Nash and Mike Budenholzer to see what they do. But just want to see a good effort by the Bulls to finish out the season. I a lot's going to be determined by these weekend games. We saw last night. We watched Phoenix and Portland. Something we were talking about the other day, the CP3 situation, like you were saying during the break. You saw last night just how much CP3 means
The Phoenix
to a
Suns
team.
are going to be fun to watch.
And
in
they
the
didn't have
playoffs,
DeAndre
bruh.
Ayton yesterday.
And that was the first game he missed this
all
year.
year.
Yeah, man.
So
that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, watching them. I mean, them in Phoenix and Utah are still fighting for that number 1 spot. Portland right now, Portland is number 6. Dallas is ahead of Portland by half a game. I think the Lakers are behind Portland a game. So all Portland needs to do is win their last game against Denver on Sunday, and then they'll guarantee a playoff spot where they won't have to do the play-in. But if Portland wins, Dallas loses, and they end up with the same record, Portland will win the 5th spot because they hold the tiebreaker over Dallas. If somehow the Lakers win 2 and Portland loses, the Lakers will move into 6. Portland will move into 7, and they'll have to play in the play-in. So it's a lot. Again, you focus on what you can control.
Lot.
You got to beat Denver on Sunday. The Nuggets are set in their spot as 4. So I don't know if Mike Malone, what he's going to do Sunday with his guys, give Jokic a break. Jokic hasn't missed a game all year. Maybe he wants to keep his streak going.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jamal Murray is gone, but
you want that full 72, at least when you get to this point.
Yeah.
You know?
So I don't expect Denver to, take their foot off the pedal. I expect it to be a very competitive game, but I'm definitely looking. I guess Portland is my team now since I'm a Dame guy. I want to see Dame do his thing. I want to see Portland do their thing. So they got to win. You got to win. It's like Terry Stotts shouldn't have to put no bulletin board material up, no plays, none of that. Bro, y'all got to win Sunday.
Yeah.
End of story. And that's the West. Like we said, we know the Clippers and all. We know everybody else is pretty much set. As far as the East goes, like we said, 76ers are a game ahead of the Nets. The Nets are a game ahead of the Bucks. All 3 teams have 2 games left. So a lot can be done in these last 2 games with them. Like we said, Brooklyn, they play the Bulls.
I'm sure they're happy about that.
Yeah. So the Hawks, the Heat, and the Knicks, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Because if all 3 of those guys end up tied.
And I know the Knicks beat the Hawks.
The Knicks beat the Hawks. So if the Knicks and the Heat are tied, then the series goes to the Knicks, and they'll hop to 4 instead of 6.
Okay.
If however else it happens, the Hawks will stay at 4.
Yeah.
So the Knicks have to win out, and the Hawks have 1 game left. Everybody else has 2. So a lot of interesting stuff this weekend. The Wizards, the Pacers, the Hornets, the Celtics. The Celtics look like they'll finish at 7, so they'll be hosting a play-in game. Charlotte and Indiana are tied for 8 and 9. The Wizards are 10. Like we said, the Bulls are still mathematically alive. So it's going to be interesting this weekend, man. Some good basketball to take in this weekend, bro.
Yeah, man. I thought the Bulls were going to be eliminated a few days ago, and I'm starting to kind of get intrigued by the fact that they're still alive. So at this point, I'm hoping that the chips fall their way. You know what I mean? If the Bulls end up in the play-in tournament, that'll be interesting. But, yeah, like you said, the odds and the opportunities are stacked against them. If their season ends over the weekend, because if it's only 2 games left where they play yesterday, so they play Saturday, right?
Who?
The Bulls.
Bulls play tomorrow in Brooklyn and Sunday here. Milwaukee comes here Sunday night at 8.
Hey, we'll know by Monday what's the fate of the Chicago Bulls, and we'll see what happens, bro.
On that note, man, we got to get a word of the day in, bro. But before we get the word of the day in, man, happy birthday to 2 of our family members, man. Our boy Chris Williams. Shout out to Chris. Happy born day to you, God
Yes,
body.
Happy birthday, family.
And happy born day to my beer brother, the guy Thomas Thorpes.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, Thomas, man.
Some big birthdays today. Some real family members. Definitely happy birthday.
Happy born day to you, brothers, man. Live it up. Continue to be part of the family members, and much love to y'all, man. Don't do too much this weekend.
Absolutely. Let me add somebody to it real quick from earlier this week. My brother, V2. Vincent Gilbert, a.k.a. The Diesel. Happy birthday, family.
So with that being said, man, I just dropped the link in the comments. Circulate the dollar with your people. I don't know. I'm gonna be wearing these probably for the next 2 weeks until we get some new bigs to rock on the show.
Growing every day, mastering self.
Man, you gotta grow, man. I saw you in my hashtags. I said, grow with me while you grow with yourself. So go to the site, shop with your boy. Already, the sizes they're dwindling down, man. So get up with your boy. Put your order in. If you don't want to go through the site, hit me on the inbox, text me, Zelle me, whatever y'all want to do. But get you a piece of merch so y'all can represent, man. We growing every day while we mastering self. And that's the way we living, man. So with that being said, let's get to the word of the day.
Let's do it.
Today's word of the day, Ron Rilla. You listening, man? Countervail.
Countervail. Okay.
Countervail.
VAIL. Okay.
Countervail. It's a verb. It's late Middle English, and it's the 1350s. It's early, man. 1350s. When I say these years, I try to picture what it looked like in those times.
These words haven't been used I don't know how long.
Since the 1350s. Offset the effect of something by countering it with something of equal force.
This is definitely like Game of Thrones.
That's what I pictured when I said
countervail.
That's what I pictured.
It's just a trade.
The dentist hoped the new toothpaste would countervail the candy's effect.
Oh, okay. Okay, counter.
Made it simple. There you go, T. There you go. As a skilled debater, Andy was familiar with countervailing arguments.
We talked about the ineptitude of the WNBA's PR team to countervail the fact that we want to be involved in covering the team this season. Is that decent? So basically, we talked about it because we want to get their attention, so they let us in.
In layman's terms.
You feel me?
Countervail. I can always count on you to put it in layman's terms for the people, man.
You feel me?
I know Salim is probably watching on the soil like, man, that's part of my everyday vocabulary.
I could have did better than that, family.
Hey, with that being said, man, it's another edition of On the Soil. It's Friday. A lot of y'all ain't got no job. A lot of y'all ain't got nothing to do. But you sat up here and rocked with the brothers on the soil, so
I like that one, Gino.
We it's just much appreciation for y'all, man. Up next, we got the gods. Cousin 2, Herb Howard. I said what I said every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right here on the network, 1 to 3 p.m., man. Lock in with the brothers. Go take you a quick break, a bathroom break. Go pour up, roll up, whatever you got to do. Come touch right back down on the network with the brothers. I said what I said. And I'll rock out with them from 1 to 3, man. Intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. And we'll be back Monday. Talking about the Hall of Fame, man. Seeing if Big Mike sheds a couple tears this weekend. Talking about Kobe Bean. The induction of Timmy D, KG, Rudy T, and everybody else, man. So we going to get up out of here. Y'all know how we do over here, man. Show love, spread love. Stay away from the haters. Circulate the dollar with your people. Grow with yourself. Grow with us while you grow with yourself. Go cop some merch. I dropped the link in the comments. We appreciate all the family members on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch,
indeed.
Periscope.
Real family.
The Gram, wherever you watching that. Much love to y'all, but more importantly, just always continue to keep it player, man. It's a lot of unplayer individuals running around out here. I see y'all financing shoes. Hey, man. No financing clothes and financing kicks out here. Financing kicks. It'll be wicked to you be at a party, Ron. You be out somewhere kicking it, and you see the repo man come up. Hey, man, you 3 months behind on your Yeezys, bruh. You $112 late on your payments, on your monthly payments. We need them kicks back. Run them kicks, man.
I pray that never happens.
No financing your kicks, Joe. So on that note, in the words of the late, great Chad Butler, known the most as Pimp C.
The Pimp. I got another. I was about to say another Pimp C phrase.
Hold on, before I get done, shout out to Kev Harris in the comments. He said, I don't see the link. I'm dropping you the link right now, brother. I appreciate that. I'll be forgetting about Facebook. We'll be back, Hey, man. No, that was something else. I don't know. Maybe that was your phone.
Yeah, that was me. I was finna say smoke some trick. No. That's another Pimp C phrase, though.
But, yeah, in the words of the late, great Chad Bundler, known the most as Pimp C.
The Pimp.
Get off the boo-boo.
Yes. Do that.
We out.
It's us.
WIIFTBP.
Drapers that keep liquor stores tipping from Rothschild's 111 to Sunset on Division. Prestige, famous liquors know our names when they see us chiefing. Wang and speakers, we came for at least a leader.